I'm so excited. I just want to, I just had done a video about like the exposure that I'm getting. I'm really excited to get the word out there, and I was trying to talk about Elliot Hulse and how what he's done to reach so many, his highest demographic clearly is guys, young guys, but he's also like, he goes off on life, self-esteem, self-reflection, believing in yourself and all this kind of stuff. And I was talking about in my last video about just being an average person, which we're all special. We're all special, but it's been really exciting to go from researching how to stop cancer growth in my mother, who had a glioblastoma, terminal brain cancer in her brain, and learning so much about ketogenesis and then applying it to myself and making it applicable to everybody else and clients and whatnot, and putting it out there on the internet. How fortunate I am that people are finding me. And so I was referring books. I also was showing like a clip of my interview with Jimmy Moore on his Living La Vida low carb show. Go see it. I think the number is like 856. I don't know. You'll find me. Just look for Stephanie and you'll find it's a great, awesome interview. So check that out. And also I will be interviewed with Amir Rosic in September, who I think is freaking awesome. He's a smart dude. I like to be interviewed by smart people because that puts me on keeps me on my toes and, you know, get down to the crux of people's health issues. Yes, I talk about the ketogenic non-BS diet, but I also talk about, you know, if this is me close to 50 years of age, just in 3 years I'll be 50, and having the business and being hormonally in balance, especially with the reproductive system. I'm so excited. Okay, and I'm going to do it again. I'm just going to refer these books so you guys know, and then I'll get to the main subject. And I refer, of course, the book, Upside Down, Keto Clarity with Jimmy Moore and Dr. Westman. It's got a bunch of experts in here, and luckily I was asked to be a contributing expert to this new ketogenic diet, non-BS diet book. So that's one. And then, of course, I was talking about my favorite, Nora Gagaudis. She is like, as far as a mentor, smart woman, she just doesn't talk about ketogenics, she just talks about health and food and life. And I always suggest this as just like, if you want to just learn about the full body and understand your mind, this woman, Nora Gagaudis, Bodarsh, and of course, the Stephen Foley, Stephen Foley, I was like splitting the names together, Stephen Finney and Jeff Volek books. These were the first ones that came out about low carb, ketogenic lifestyles, and of course this one is for you athletes. Booyaka! Oops, go this way? Yeah, booyaka, booyaka. All right. Look for the interviews in September with Amir and Jen, naturopath. So I'll go more and I'll announce the dates later. But for now, go to Jimmy Moore's podcast and listen to the new interview. And I want to say special thanks to Sam at Smash the Fat for that great interview to just top it off. So it just wasn't like crazy girl on the internet, you know, that people thought I had some semblance of intelligence. So pretty stoked about that. Okay guys, let's get on to it. I am 46 in a matter of weeks, turning 47, right? So you guys, it's so funny because a year ago when I first started these videos, people were, so when are you turning 47? Oh, I'm turning 47 now. And this is the freaking business. Yes. Yeah, this is me after a huge 1,000-calorie breakfast. Normally I'm like super bloated, but today I'm looking pretty spry and lean and hormonally and reproductive system balance. People are so worried about women having too low body fat, being in a state of ketosis, but because I'm eating cholesterol, which is the mothership of building your sex hormones and keeping my stress down to avoid, what is it? I'm trying to avoid pregnenolone steal, which is your cortisol stealing from pregnenolone, which goes into DHEA and down into your testosterone, estrogen, or progesterone and estrogen, to keep myself in balance. Yes, I am not perimenopausal. No, I've got all my my faculties going on, and as you can see, I'm so pumped. I got a lot of energy as usual. You know, I have a busted knee. I've had 10 surgeries. I used to be a pro skateboarder on those big vert ramps, the same time as Tony Hawk's era. Dink, dink, dink. Okay, so let's get on to it. I'm just going to talk about it, and then I'm going to do another video on showing it. Yes? And so what I'm going to show later is actually how to eat keto on a budget and still eat good food, right? Real food. So you guys, eat real food. Number 1. Stop looking for Quest bars, stop looking for protein shakes, stop looking for things that are in a package that are not real food, that have to be clumped and glumped and put together through a process. So, can you eat keto on a budget? Of course, you just got to be very smart. The number one thing that I suggest for keto, if you do not have a egg allergy, are eggs. And why do eggs? Because they've got an amazing source of protein, a great amino acid profile, plus the fat in the egg yolk and the cholesterol is fantabulous. Yeah? Let's keep it rolling, because I could break it down, but I don't want to break it down. I got to break down other foods, right? So eggs, cheap. Now, I live in Cali. I don't know what it is for other parts of the world. Some of you guys are very close to farms, or people have got their own chickens. Then try to get pastured, free-range chickens that were fed like bugs and stuff, and not chickens that were fed corn or soy. All right, that's the cheapest way. Yeah, one of the most expensive things to purchase is like bison and grass-fed beef. I get it. And a lot of people, I don't like to eat beef. Well, believe it or not, you might have low stomach acid, and that's the reason why you have difficulty in the peptides to break down that type of fatty protein. Yeah, it's not always that you don't like it, it's that you've lost the enzymes and the ability to break it down, which you've got to get your enzymatic responses to be well and good when you're trying to eat whole foods. People have a difficult time to eat vegetables with cellulose. Yeah, people are worried about the goitrogens and some of the cruciferous vegetables, but I digress. Cruciferous vegetables or greens are very, 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 very inexpensive, organic. Now that's the one thing I will not compromise. Two things. I will not compromise the beef. No, you've got to have it like non-cord fed hormonal. Like a burger like 2-3 times a year without a bun at a restaurant, fine. On the daily, hell no. All right, so we want to stay away from the non-grass-fed beef, and we want all of our vegetables to be organic, except for the ones, if you guys can't afford it, things like avocados have a big-ass shell on them. You still are getting pesticides within the avocado meat itself, but really if you're having like a green, like a thin leafy green, that's what you do not want to eat that's not organic, because you've got pesticide through the whole leaf. And this is the reason why, like, this is one of the contributing factors to why so many men are developing low T and women are estrogen dominant, because that pesticide is affecting, it creates a xenoestrogenic effect in the body, which means your body mimics it like a estrogen, and now you're producing too much estrogen, which screws guys up, and it makes women like go through so many issues like PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and thyroid disorder. And also in infertility. I mean, that's serious stuff. Like, you sit and have a salad and it's like having a birth control pill, dude. It's like, no, no, no. And of course, stay away from the plastic bottles, but I digress. So people are like, oh, what bother? I'm like, if you don't have this expensive filtration system on your water in your bathroom and shower, you know, at least get something that is a attachment to your shower head to try to minimize the fluoride and the crap that's in the water into your system, because they say that, you know, being in a shower more than 20 minutes, your body's starting to absorb all of these freaking chemicals, which is hence a lot of people are, it is one more ridiculous contribution to thyroid disorder, which most of you adults have in the first economy world. Here we go. Greens, like if you got a bag of mixed greens, it's going to be about $2, organic. Look for certified organic. Avocados, if they're in season, they're going to be a little bit cheaper, but people who go out and eat at fast food are spending more money than I'm spending eating real food. Really? Eat real food and make it. I don't care if you get home and you're tired, make it. I don't care if you come home from or get up early, make it, right? So some people are like, I can't find uncured bacon or processed meats, because you don't want your, where are we on time? Okay. We don't want our processed meats to be filled with soaked in sugar, cured as it's called, and nitrates and junk, chemicals and sugar. So you want uncured, organic. If you can't find that, then just get some friggin' turkey, ground turkey. Try to get free-range turkeys. If you can't, whatever, at least it's not the beef. Get some ground turkey, spice it up, make some turkey patties. They're really easy to make. You can make about 8 out of a pound and use that with your eggs in the morning, and that's going to save you money. You can pre-make your eggs. You can do the sunny side up, or you can soft boil them, keep in the fridge, and eat them when you get up in the morning when you're like on the go. And for people who are seriously on the go, I'm just like, throw some spinach, throw some avocado, throw some MCT oil, throw some coconut milk, which is very cheap in a can, BPA free. Throw some like stevia, blah, blah, blah. Throw some pastured eggs, like 1 or 2, and bullet, mix it, blend it, and that's a shake for the morning if you're in a hurry. Things like chia seeds are really good for satiety. You would only use like a teaspoon or a tablespoon in your meal to try to give you a sense of fullness, because they're going to swell and fluid. Those seem as expensive as a bag, but they can last a long time. So coconut milk, greens, vegetables that are organic are always going to be cheaper than going and buying packaged foods, right? If you buy like packaged veggies, it's going to be cheaper to get it whole food, organic. Don't buy those like vegetables in a can, guys. Like, I know some of you guys feel like you don't have time, but your body is worth the investment. So when it comes to things like people like people are super strict. I get it. People got a lot of metabolic derangement. They've got a lot of health issues. They're like, don't do the olive oil because it's already it's already oxidating in the bottles. You have to get them in a dark bottle and a certain kind of cold press, like olive oil. So olive oil isn't the most stable oil, but for those who are trying to get into ketosis, who are eating out vegetable oils out in a restaurant, get your freaking olive oil. And you like strict people out there, because I'm pretty darn strict. Chill out. Not everybody can afford certain things. So olive oil, coconut oil is reasonable. Coconut oil, virgin, cold pressed, that's what you want. You don't want it to be heated up. So we got olive oil, coconut oil. We've got avocado. Some people like to make their own mayo, right? Because some of the other mayos have like canola oil and other weird stuff, and like rice vinegar. We don't want that. But homemade mayo is good. Coconut milk is great for every cream replacement, because if you're going to buy a cream, like a whipping cream, where are we? We got 2 more minutes, okay. I only suggest grass-fed cream. That shite's expensive. So do coconut milk instead. Buy a bunch of cans, put them back in the refrigerator. When the fat gets a little bit more thick and solid, then open up the can, pour out the water, that's where the sugar is, and just use the straight cream for your herbal teas to make a keto-proof tea that does not have caffeine, that's not going to jack your freaking adrenals, because we're trying to get into ketosis, and we've got all of this metabolic issues. Your adrenals are like the central core of your metabolic problem, so let's not do stuff that's going to overstimulate your adrenal glands. Let's not even risk it. And if you've been on coffee, get off. You will survive. Stop complaining about not eating cheese. No cheese. Stop complaining about not eating cheese, not even goat cheese, and stop complaining about getting rid of your coffee. If you don't like your body, you've got to do whatever it takes to fix your body. Stop complaining about going to bed early. That's how you get your shit right. Oops, shite. That's how you get your shit right and tight. Because I didn't catch that one. Okay, guys, I'm super excited. I can't wait to get my day going. I just want to do a quick video on and I'm actually going to show. And I started off saying when you're how to eat keto out. If you're out in restaurants, you just eliminate the bread and rice and order dishes that are free from it. Sometimes if you're going to a sports bar, just ask for the bits inside of a sandwich. Don't eat any of these nasty other things. We all know that if you're out at a restaurant, you're not going to get the best quality salmon, the best quality chicken or beef or anything like that. Now in Cali, we've got some super gnarly, amazing, organic, great, fabulous restaurants. But that's because I live in you know, like, perfect LA, whatever. But if you're living all over the world,